Today's twit is an interesting one. Bungie introduces some massive changes to the game. Some are welcome, some not so much. Reward nerfs and issues involving the grind, reducing rewards from pinnacle activities like Starcrossed, for example. We've known progression has been slow, we thought it would speed up, but apparently these changes to contradict that, making leveling even slower, but I guess we'll see. Information about the new Epic Raid, and big changes coming to raid rewards overall. Portal updates with improvements to rewards, including rewarding more for activities that take longer. Ash and Iron updates. Difficulties, tier 5 gears, and new activities coming to the portal, there is a lot of them. A new vendor terminal in the tower to get rewards from past season passes, and much more. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in. So this week in Destiny first kicks off with the Desert Perpetual expanding soon, which is the Epic Raid. If you didn't know, the Ash and Iron update at the beginning of next month, September 9th, is going to add on to the raid we got in the Edge of Fate. So let's talk about what that means. They say on July 19th, the Desert Perpetual raid was released to the world. Bungie wanted to deliver a unique experience that allowed for replayability, challenging encounters, and more customizable difficulty thanks to the new feat system, but that was not all. Get ready for the epic version of the Desert Perpetual, which will permeate and expand on the original starting September 20th at 10 AM Pacific Time. Building on to the original experience, the epic version introduces new challenges, rewards, and pursuits. Changes to the mechanics of each encounter will test the coordination of your fire team. Complete them to earn new legendary weapons. A new quest further unravels the mysteries of space and time, unlocks an attunement system for the raid vendor, and rewards a catalyst for the raid's exotic weapon, Whirling Ovation. All this and more, but we are going to spoil it all here. You'll have to dive in for yourself on September 20th. And for this, it seems contest mode is going to return. For the first 48 hours after the Epic Raid version of the Perpetual has launched, contest mode will be active. During this time, enemies are a lot tougher and more aggressive, and you'll be playing at a fixed power level disadvantage, so team play, good strategies, and inventive approaches are key for success. Bungie has updated the loot for contest mode, so now your first clear of each encounter in contest will drop tier 5 gear. And if you complete all of them, you can claim an exclusive emblem, the raid exotic, and its catalyst. Also, you better start organizing your fire team if you want to compete in the world's first race. So this is kinda cool, we just had world's first when the raid originally released, and now we're gonna have another one. If you didn't get enough of the raid race day shenanigans, CB Gray and Evan 1997 are returning to Bungie Studios to host the world's first race for the epic version of the raid. Many will try their hand, but just one will be crowned the winner. Here are some entry requirements to know beforehand. You must complete the Edge of Fate campaign. Fireteam leader must have completed the regular version of the raid, and a fireteam of 6 players is needed. Once the first team has completed the epic version in contest mode, the normal will be unlocked for all players that want to experience new content without that extra difficulty. So that is definitely exciting. There's going to be new additions to the raid and another raid race to follow just a month after the previous one, or 2 months. Let me know how you're feeling about all those changes in the comments. There's going to be some more things Bungie isn't telling us, but we'll see when that rolls around next month. Let's talk about the Not Swap update. With the release of the Epic Raid, to keep success in encounters focused on action gameplay and create a level playing field for players across platforms, they're rolling out a new version of Not Swap for contest mode. This modifier will now reset your super and ability energy, special ammo, and heavy ammo, as well as remove all ammo and orbs on the ground when you change exotic or legendary armor or weapon ammo types. This modifier will also take effect when 3 or more feats are activated in the standard difficulty of the Epic Raid. The experience has been tuned around this modifier. They'll share more information soon. Featured gear and seasonal mods. The bonuses to damage and damage resistance granted by the artifact when using the currently equipped featured gear will be active this time during the contest mode weekend. Similarly, seasonal mods that can be slotted into featured weapons will also be available during this time. They know this is going to affect some build crafting plans, so wanted to share it a bit early. In case you missed it, there were some issues with a bunch of teams cheating when the raid first released. That's why Bungie's security team will be watching closely, analyzing every encounter and raid completion to find any player that's breaking their terms of service. They won't hesitate to remove those players during the raid race and issue bans as needed to defend the integrity of the world's first race. In other words, don't cheat and don't play with cheaters, or you'll face the consequences. What about upcoming raid reward changes? Since they're talking about the raid, let's share some new information about the updated rewards. You can earn extra rewards from clearing all encounters of the Desert Perpetual. Defeat all 3 bosses before defeating Core Ghost to earn an extra piece of gear. In addition to this, they are introducing 2 weekly challenges. The first gives an extra piece of loot from your first clear of an encounter each week in either version of the raid. Completing this challenge will unlock an additional one that provides bonus loot from just the epic raid. The loot from these challenges drops has bonus seasonal power and drops in an upgraded tier based on the number of active feats. They are also making some improvements to gear tier in the raid. They're removing the requirement to complete the combined mastery triumph to increase your gear drop tier. Now all Desert Perpetual gear will now drop at tier 2 in the standard version and tier 3 in the epic raid, no matter your current power level. In addition, they have added a chance for all gear earned during a full clear to drop up to +2 from your base tier, and feats to increase your chances. And last, an often requested feature for raids is arriving in Ash and Iron. Players who complete Map and Compass quest as well as the epic raid can then approach the simulant Ansible to receive a new quest. Completing this quest will unlock the ability to attune to any previously acquired piece of gear from the Desert Perpetual, improving its chances of dropping from any encounter. There's a Bungie Rewards extension. Some raid gear from the Bungie reward dates have been extended. Players will now have until December 5th to complete the raid, regular or epic, and unlock the raid jacket and raid sling bag from Bungie Rewards. Next, let's talk about the portal and updates coming to it. In Ash and Iron, they are adding more variety to the portal, keeping all activities worthwhile, but also making them more time equivalent and risk and challenge equivalent while you progress your power. They say the portal is a better place when there are more options to play that are optimal, or close enough that you don't feel constrained to a handful of missions to play. They want Fireteam Ops to be a better place to play, either with your friends, with new friends via Fireteam Finder, or through matchmaking. Solo Ops has a dominance right now, is especially stark between 400 and 450, where the best way to attain prime engrams is to get A grades as fast as possible. They want to make this a more interesting portion of the game, one that makes attaining prime engrams in the portal more rewarding. So starting next week with an update, they are increasing the time limits in Fireteam Ops direct launch matchmaking tiers, giving players significantly more time to complete challenging match-made Grandmasters. This should help players reach A grades more consistently, resulting in better rewards. Additionally, they have other improvements planned for the portal in Ash and Iron and forward, and here's the full list of bullet points. The time bonus system should give more value in trading off speed versus killing everything in kill-based activities in Fireteam Ops, and have meaningful roles in earning scores in Solo Ops and Pinnacle Ops. Good grades in Fireteam Ops should be less risky and less challenging to get than they are now, and closer to Solo and Pinnacle Ops activities. Fireteam Ops should be at least as good as a place to earn power as Solo or Pinnacle Ops, and match-made Fireteam Ops should be more viable at high power levels. The way that equipped power and account power work is confusing. They are fixing that. They would like more variety in Pinnacle Ops, including a way to earn Pinnacle Ops gear via matchmaking. They want to give more regular opportunities to matchmake into marquee activities like Onslaught and the Coil. They want to make it easier and more obvious for everyone in the Fireteam to get the best rewards, even at wide power differentials. They think various banes, challenges, and boons should be well balanced against each other. They think there should be more things to do in general. As they add brand new activities to the portal and bring older legacy activities in, they want to be able to feature these more efficiently for daily power gain. It would be great if conquests were repeatable for portal rewards. Let's talk about Ash and Iron now. Ultimate difficulty is first on the list. This difficulty will be available when Ash and Iron launches. Ultimate difficulty is available starting at power 451, and it includes new player stakes. Pressure cooker, finish under the time limit or get kicked to orbit. Extinction, all players are limited to a single life, there are no revives. These optional stakes are intended to provide the most significant challenge to even the most experienced Guardians, and include score boosts to match. And lastly, Ultimate Fireteam Ops matchmaking will open in week 10, the week after Ash and Iron launches. Platinum and Diamond reward ranks. Players can reach Platinum and Diamond ranks, which run from 450 to 499 power, and 500 to 550 power respectively. While in Platinum and Diamond, you can earn A+ grade in PvE. You need an A+ grade to qualify for Tier 5 gear until Platinum 3, where A grades start giving Tier 5. Once you reach Diamond 1, B+ tier qualifies you for those Tier 5s, and at a Platinum 3, even a B grade will get you a Tier 5 too. Bungie is changing the reward multiplier to use account highest power rather than equipped power to determine the basis of the multiplier. This applies to PvP in the portal also. You will still need to have newer featured armor to get that 10% scoring bonus. There are 5 new portal score boosters in Ash and Iron Reward Pass, but you don't lose your score boost if you got them from the Reclamation Pass. You can still earn 3% for each new boost to 15% total score bonus. If you are already at 15% score boost, you get 10 enhancement cores instead of the boost. All activities have had their time limit adjusted based on actual play data from the past few weeks rather than pre-Edge of Fate times. The bonus timer will award a minimum of 5% score bonus for coming in under the timer. Let's talk about loadout restrictions. The scoring bonus for using a locked loadout is being reduced, as it has previously made high scores too easy compared to other challenges. The new modifier Touche combines locked loadout and avant-garde restrictions, with scoring tied to both. Bungie is also adding a selection of new loadout restriction modifiers alongside these. Starting at the expert tier, just 3 examples they say: explosive weapons, including rocket-assisted ones, medieval weapons, you can guess which, and Old West weapons. There's a whole section with data about activities and rewards, but let's basically summarize it. Bungie's goal is to balance rewards so that all activities feel equally valuable relative to their length and difficulty, instead of just going into pinnacle ops or completing solo ops over and over. Data shows that some activities are harder, Widow's Court, Liminality, Inverted Spire, while others are easier like Encore, Star-Crossed, and Whisper. Bungie is making adjustments to make sure that those harder and longer activities remain rewarding, while preventing easier ones from becoming the most efficient options, which is a nice thing to hear. If you're going to have a bunch of activities in the portal, it'd be fun to be able to play those even if they are long and get better rewards than just completing the same things over and over again for a whole season. So they've made some specific reward changes for Pinnacle Ops, Encore and Activity Engrams reduced to 2, Mid-Activity Chests reduced to 2. Star-Crossed and Activity Engrams reduced to 1 and Mid-Chest reduced to 1. Whisper Mid-Activity Chest has been removed. For Fireteam Ops, Liminality rewards increased to 2, Inverted Spire increased to 2 as well, and Onslaught Widow's Court rewards increased to 4. It also seems Onslaught/Crawls are moving from Fireteam Ops to Pinnacle Ops to expand Pinnacle loot sources and keep Fireteam Ops focused on 10 to 15 minute activities. Going forward, rewards won't be constantly adjusted to avoid confusion, but major releases will include reviews and updates. Let's talk about Prime Engrams, activities, and conquests now. For Prime Engrams, their current role provide a rare chance at gear tier boosts, and serve as the primary source for power past 500. In Ashen Iron, Prime engrams will no longer auto-decrypt in your inventory. You'll need to take them to Master Rahul to unlock them, similar to Destiny 1. Instead of one chance per portal activity, you now earn multiple chances based on completion rewards. Let's talk about the new activities arriving September 9th and being added to the portal. There's a brand new activity type, Redacted, details in a future twit. 2 battlegrounds, Behemoth and Echo Core. 3 strikes in Hypernet Current, Insight Terminus, and Fallen Saber. 3 expeditions from Season of Plunder, Nessus, Cosmodrome, Europa, and Tomb of Elders. There's a daily bonus focus for 3 slots. Slot 1 is random, Redacted mission. Slot 2 random from Battleground Strike and Expeditions. And slot 3 random from Onslaught Crawls. Pinnacle Ops will include 3 dungeon layers, more info in a future twit, and 2 exotic missions, Presage and Avalon. Pinnacle Ops will also have 2 daily bonus focus activities, the first one random choice from the dungeon layers, and the second alternating between Presage and Avalon. They say solo ops are supposed to be low stress, quick power grind, but currently are overperforming. Their nerfing power earned per grade is reduced by 1 compared to Fireteam Ops, Pinnacle, and Crucible, may be adjusted further depending on balance. That kind of sucks, but I guess I get it if you want players to try other things and have better rewards. And lastly, for Conquest, they're adding 4 additional Grandmaster Conquests and 2 Ultimates. And all of these Conquests will be able to be replayed. In Ashen Iron, Bungie is introducing a new way to acquire cosmetics from expired season passes and rewards. It seems you'll no longer have to do this on their website. This will be located in the tower next to the Monument to Lost Lights. You'll be able to visit this, aka past seasons and the seasonal archive, which will give you access to armor ornaments, accessories, and much more. If you owned a season pass when it released, you'll instantly unlock its archived pass. At launch, there'll be all passes up through Season 26 available. New archived passes will get added 1 pass period after their end, so Reclamation would be added with the launch of Lawless and Renegades. If you didn't buy a pass during its active season, you can purchase its archived pass for 600 silver. If you bought items through the Eververse flashback sales, the related archived pass will unlock for free. There's also a new currency called Chronologs, earned through the active rewards pass, free and paid tickets starting in Ashen Iron. You can use these to purchase items from that seasonal archive. Any newly purchased archived pass comes with 500 Chronologs, enough to immediately grab several rewards. You don't need to spend Chronologs on items you've earned in the past. And if you previously reached the rank for an item even if you didn't claim it or didn't own the pass, you'll be able to claim it for free once you own the corresponding archived pass. But anyway, Guardians, that basically wraps it up for this week in Destiny. They say complete your seasonal challenges as those are going to reset with Ashen Iron, and Mayhem now, Trials of Osiris releases tomorrow. But if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.